Hi, wrestling fans. Thanks for clicking the Dreaded Heroes report. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I know the Colts didn't. Alright, it's a good thing I'm not a betting man, or I'd have probably the power shut off in here by now. Anyway, let me get a couple of reports in here. Colt Cabana recently spoke with the Miami Herald to promote the Ronin Pro Wrestling event in Miami. Colt commented on his good friend CM Punk. Remember him? He said, when Punk wants to talk, he will talk. That's not for me. He says, I enjoy seeing him be happy right now, so that's the way I'll just leave it. And I know he's very happy and things are going well for him. He wants to talk, he will do it. And noted before, old Great Khali had been removed to the Luminized section from the main roster. Another talent got moved over there, Brad Maddox. They never did know what to do with him. Daniel Bryant be participating in the Midnight Madness at the WWE 2K15 Next Gen release GameStop at New York City Monday night. Well, tonight. And as noted, WWE's got a Scooby-Doo sequel. It's been confirmed for the 2016 though. We'll also feature the Hulk in it and other superstars. Dusty Rhodes has even been rumored to be in it. Chris Jericho, of course, is animated. And so is Dusty. Chris Jericho, new Talk is Jericho guest is Diva Page. And WWE NXT champion Kalisto turns 28 over the weekend. Former WCW La Parka turns 49. NXT announcer Jason Albert turns 42. Who the heck is Jason Albert? Tensai. Or Albert. Anyway, WWE Diva Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch now are referred to themselves as Team BAE for the best at everything. They defeated Bayley and Alexa Bliss last night, live event in Orlando. Wrestling legend, beautiful Bobby Eaton. I don't know how beautiful he is right now, but he will be appearing at the big WrestleCade event November 29th, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Eaton was last hospitalized back in September and would be, this is going to be one of his first few appearances since getting back on the road. And WWE WrestleMania 31 pre-sale begins on Thursday. And they said they believe they're going to have a big success in WWE moving a ton of tickets. We'll see. In fact, I got an update on that. Darren Young worked a meet and greet before last night's NXT taping down in Orlando, Florida, with Solomon Crowe, Baron Corbin, Alexa Bliss, and Bayley. And we noted that Young is expected to be back in the ring soon, out with an injury. And new name for NXT stable of Chad Gable, Angelo Dawkins, Sawyer Fulton may be called Shoot Nation. As noted, the group wears USA Amateur Wrestling singlets to go with their amateur backgrounds, and it doesn't look like Jason Jordan is going to be joining the group. That's what Kurt Angle always wore. And WWE NXT recently hit a milestone of 2 million fans on Facebook. And WWE Network is going to go ahead and with the bonus footage of Joey Styles, Paul Heyman, that was filmed after last week's ECW special, Exposed special. It will air on Tuesday with the special edition of Countdown. And anyway, it says new episode of Monday Night Wars and live episodes of main event's going to be there too. Alright, tonight's Raw taking place from Berglund Center Coliseum in Roanoke, Virginia. Well, I think it might be I don't remember that Berglund Center. I don't know if that's the first time they've been there or not. Might be a new place. Anyway, tonight's show is going to be the final Raw before the Survivor Series, so should have some more matches, for the show being advertised. Stars advertised for tonight's show is the usual suspects. Nobody, stands out. Anyway, the only item confirmed for tonight's show is the guest host, Grumpy Cat. Don't know. Well, maybe they'll have a happy dog go there and run him out. And WWE's focusing on these points for tonight's show. Where does Ryback go from here? How will Dean Ambrose retaliate against Bray Wyatt? Is Nikki Bella playing with fire? Is this going to be the Authority's final Raw? And will guest star Grumpy Cat actually enjoy herself? Okay. Anyway, the official WWE website has a poll that will again fuel rumors of former WWE diva Eve Torres returning. Remember, she always come out, did one of these profile things. Anyway, looks like Wonder Woman or something. Anyway, for future episodes of WWE Countdown and the network, WWE.com, issued a poll today asking fans who's the most dynamic diva. Well, anyway, the poll listed an active diva with one exception. All of them were active except for Eve Torres. Well, anyway, a piece of news last month indicated that Torres could be returning to WWE as actor-performer on October 24th. WWE filed for a trademark application with the U.S. Patent Office Trademark Office for Eve Torres' name for the purpose of wrestling exhibitions and performances by professional wrestlers. This description matches other performers with the name that they did the same thing to a bunch of other people too. I don't know if any of you guys caught this House of Hardcore 7 over the weekend, but I'd like to have seen it. I missed it. But anyway, Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore 7 event on Saturday night at the former ECW Arena was sold out with an additional 200 standing room tickets sold at the door. See, now around here, the fire marshal would have closed the place down. But anyway, Tommy Dreamer says he was very pleased with the show, how it went, how it was received by fans. He says, I attended the show, and it was easily the best wrestling show I've been to. There was a big buzz going on outside the arena before the show and a lot of excitement after the show. There were a few injuries at the show. Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks suffered a groin injury in a match against the Hardys. Eddie Kingston suffered bruised ribs during a match with Eddie Edwards when Eddie Edwards hit 3 dives to the floor in a row. The third one caught Kingston kind of hard, I guess. And surprise appearance by Ricardo Rodriguez announcing Alberto Del Rio is coming to the ring. It was all put together by Dreamer to a really big pop. The crowd, loved it. And the reaction when Rodriguez first came out was huge, but Del Rio's reaction may have been a surprise reaction for Team 3D and the Sandman surprises too. Del Rio and Ricardo didn't enter the ring area until right before their appearance. And Del Rio was very excited to work the arena, loved the atmosphere. He says you could tell during their segment and during in-ring promos at the intermission that the two were genuinely excited to be there. All right, word was sent that Jake Roberts talked about beating cancer for the second time while on stage with Diamond Dallas Page at Mick Foley's one-man show in Atlanta this weekend. According to some Q&As that were done, Jake said he would face Bray Wyatt if he could have one more match with anyone in this era. This one. DDP named Randy Orton and Mick Foley named CM Punk. Foley, you're going to have to go to Punk's house to wrestle him. And as reported several months back, the top MMA star name has been training at the Performance Center in Orlando. Well, anyway, according to F4W Online, UFC fighter Stephen Bonner was training down at the Performance Center for his Bellator MMA debut, which happened this weekend and saw Bonner lose to Tito Ortiz by split decision. I didn't know Tito was still fighting. And Rey Mysterio, MVP, they were spotted at Sunday's Oakland Raiders versus San Diego Chargers NFL game. And Rey didn't have his mask on. I seen him. I think I know what he looked like. Diamond Dallas Page, Mick Foley, they were hanging out at the Accountability Crib in Atlanta this weekend. Foley did a DDP yoga session while he was in the house, and DDP and Jake Roberts later joined Foley on stage, like I said, for the one-man show. And all at once it ended up being 3. First day ticket sales for WrestleMania 31 were very strong, but they did not sell out of the ticket allotment. $35 tickets were going for $80 on the secondary market. And WrestleMania tickets on the secondary market were the most expensive they've seen in recent years, but the original ticket price are also the highest for any show in wrestling history. What does that tell you? And you're not going to believe this, not going to believe it. WWE World Heavyweight Champion Brock Lesnar has been added to the January 12th Raw in New Orleans. Who would have thought they would have brought him back? Lesnar was also advertised for the December 8th show. He is being advertised there. And December 29th in Washington, D.C. And January 19th Raw in Dallas. Well, somebody's going to use up all their on-screen appearances real quick, aren't they? So we got from the 8th to, December 8th to January 19th to get our fill of Brock Lesnar. And Paul. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.